Welcome to this update on Ontario's COVID forecast. Our objective in making this analysis public is to also provide evidence of how Scarsin can help Ontario now. My name is Paul Minchell and I am the CEO and founder of Scarsin. More importantly, I am the solution architect for our COVID-19 decision support system, leading a cross-functional team of talented experts. This slide from the Ontario framework highlights the key principles driving the healthcare policies. We will focus this presentation on the concept of best available knowledge, with a specific focus on forecasting or modeling as it is often referred to with COVID. There are many different modeling approaches, each with its own pros and cons. COVID-19 decision-making benefits from using multiple approaches and combining them. This visualization plots the capability to forecast interventions on the vertical axis. The horizontal axis is the modeling approach, and the size of the circle is how capable the approach is to scaling it to the needs of the 34 health regions in Ontario. Ontario publishes the forecasts from the Ontario Science Table, which uses a compound daily growth rate. There was a lot of publicity about the potential forecast of 6,500 cases per day by mid-December. You can see how that is derived by using a 5% compound growth rate. This forecast is useful, but must be complemented with more advanced modeling to fully inform policy decisions. Great news! Ontario can add best available forecasting right away. Scarsin was very thoughtful in designing its SEIR-styled model. Our acronym stands for Susceptible, Exposed, Imported, Vaccinated, Asymptomatic, Symptomatic, Tested, Hospitalized, Recovered, and Deceased. It has a large diameter circle because it is running for all 92 health regions in Canada. This is a best available system that could be supporting Ontario decision-making today. We are all aware of the recent changes to the criteria by which health regions move through the color-coded framework Ontario has implemented. Infectious disease experts made their opinions clear very quickly that these original guidelines were too lax and facilitated community spread. This type of behavior illustrates that the province could benefit significantly from best available forecasting. Robust scenarios could be run weeks or months ahead to fine-tune the appropriate policy. Better policies lead to less confusion in the public. Here is the Scarsin forecast for Ontario. This is created by forecasting the 34 health regions one by one, including their phase in the control framework and the interventions they are implementing. It shows growth to approximately 3,000 cases per day by December 15. This three-dimensional plot shows the top 10 health regions in Ontario. The vertical axis shows the average daily number of cases smoothed over 7 days per 100,000 population. Scarsin plots this in alignment to international standards, while Ontario utilizes a week total per 100,000 population. The horizontal is the number of cases and the circle diameter is the population density. Peel and Toronto stand out in terms of their predicted cases, but Peel in particular has the potential to hit 70 daily cases, or the equivalent of almost 500 weekly cases per 100,000 population. As a result, we are going to dive into Peel for more detail. Scarsin is able to take the interventions, which in this case is a combination of the Ontario stringent and Peel additional measures, and align them to the infection locations, and in turn adjust those assumptions. The Scarsin model algorithm will then project the COVID spread. In this case, we have limited the view to only the next 30 days. Here is the daily forecast for Peel, potentially reaching 1,000 cases a day. This forecast takes into consideration the control or red criteria. This slide extends slightly to December 25th and predicts 32,000 new cases between November 15 and December 25th. We also ran a close the schools on November 23rd scenario, which is shown in orange, and a stage 1 shutdown for November 23rd scenario in green. The green line shows that even a stage 1 shutdown in a week will continue to rise to 700 cases per day peak before beginning to decline. This is the kind of robust intervention forecasting that can help shape critical policy. It embodies everything that is best available forecasting. This heat map shows the spread on December 15th and illustrates that there are still another 1,000 cases per day outside of Peel and Toronto. In closing, we felt that a natural question in the reader's mind is, why hasn't Scarsin helped Ontario, Peel, and Toronto? We submitted a full business case based on a request from the Ontario Ministry of Health and MEOC to the Ontario Together Fund on May 25th. Never once have they requested a demonstration or provided any feedback on the status. We are happy to be working with York Region and its fantastic team of epidemiologists and public health staff. We remain ready to help Ontario with a turnkey solution